Hi, thank you so much for having me on. I was absolutely honored and so grateful to receive the message that you wanted to have me on and share my story. I'm very grateful to be here and to be speaking with you, Dave.
Awesome. And could you tell everybody, where are you calling in from tonight?
Yeah, I am calling in from Albany, Oregon. I'm actually currently in my van. I've been doing van life since February. So I am in my van right now in my hometown, Albany, Oregon.
Awesome. Well, we could call that Move Van because you are definitely on the move. So really appreciate you sharing your story tonight. And would you like to let us know who first introduced you to Purium and the Purium community?
Yes, yeah, my beautiful now soul sister Ingrid, she was at the time a complete stranger to me online on social media, and we made a connection and she shared this opportunity with me, and we have been best friends ever since. And her, direct upline Alice as well. I'm so excited. My whole tribe, honestly, but Ingrid is the one, the earth angel that brought this into my life.
Awesome. Well, Samantha, I want to ask you, when was the first time that you heard about Purium, and how long did it take you before you decided that these products might be worth, putting in your body?
So it's kind of a funny story. I've heard about Purium back in 2018. I had to look through my social media stories because I won a giveaway at Veg Out up in Portland, and I was able to try the Can't Beat This at the time. And I was really hardcore into zero waste, and that was before the plastic free movement. And so I was like, I love this so much, but I was avoiding any and all plastic at the time. And then when it was presented to me again was in the end of 2000. It's actually been just over a year now. And so last year in May, Ingrid showed this to me again, and it didn't hit me until I was in the middle of my first ULT that I think I may have tried something from here before. And I looked back and I was like, oh my gosh, it was from here. And I remember loving that Can't Beat This, but I just couldn't get around the plastic thing. And one of the big seller points for me in trying this was that you are going all home compostable and plastic free. And so I'm just so grateful that you've taken that on as a mission. And it's so in alignment with it. Checked all of my boxes last May.
Fantastic. And so, how did you first experience the Purium lifestyle? Was it with just a single product? Did you try one of our programs? Would you share that with us?
Of course. Yeah. So for me, I was definitely searching for something for my health. I was for over a year, after having heard that I had autoimmune issues from the doctor. And I started doing everything I could right. And she showed me the ultimate lifestyle transformation. And it was like that missing thing. Like this just was like a light bulb moment. The gut health was something I hadn't really fully taken on. I hadn't heard of glyphosate, and hearing about the biomedic and learning what it can do, I decided to go all in on the ultimate lifestyle transformation and haven't looked back since. I've been incorporating more and more of the products ever since.
Amazing. Now, there's something that I hear all the time, and I need some validation because when I tell people, I'm like, yeah, somebody told me this, but I want to hear what you think. Some people tell me that when they're asked to spend $3 or $5 or $7.50 or even $12 a day on superfoods, and they're like, wow, that's a lot to spend. And then afterwards, they're like, wow, somehow I spent less on my food last month than I ever have before, even though I spent, a couple $100+ on Purium. So have you experienced people getting actually economy out of their Purium as well?
I have, and it started with me, feel like figuring that out for myself, that because at the time I didn't have a job And it was like in the midst of the pandemic and everything was kind of turned upside down. And so it was, for me, I borrowed the money in the beginning, and then after, you know, the business side of things, that really helped out. But my grocery bill has significantly decreased because not only am I getting everything I need here, so it kind of fills in all of those gaps for my nutrients, but I don't have the same kind of food cravings or like binging eating that I used to deal with, because my body was just looking for nutrients. And I didn't realize that my gut was in such a, you know, poor health that I wasn't even absorbing all of the things that I was doing right. And so this has helped me, and everyone I have introduced this to has, you know, had that same benefit of their grocery bill going down. They have a lot less food cravings. They're not just, you know, reaching for snacking all day. And it's just so simple and so delicious, and it's just everything I need. It's especially in the van, being shelf stable and not having a refrigerator. This has been something that I don't think I could have done van life for as long as I have now if I didn't have my Purium, because it's pretty much where I get 90% of my food and my nutrients for the day. And then I like to say I supplement with the other food.
That's my line. I say I get my nutrients from my Purium, and then I eat the other foods, sort of, you know, for joy or whatever, you know, for, so you're absolutely right. And I love the fact that there's so little food waste. Like, I like salads. I do. I love the taste of them. But by the time I buy the 12 different vegetables I like in them and only use 25% of that vegetable, or maybe half in the salad, you know what I mean? And then just, it's really difficult to always have everything fresh and at the peak of nutrition, without wasting a lot. And that really hurt me as somebody who grew up poor, and I hate to waste. Mm-hmm. So when I started being able to get all of my nutrients, like, I do eat salads still, but not like I used to. I used to seek salads out for nutrition. Now I seek them out because they're fun to eat and I like the taste, you know, because I know I'm getting my core nutrients from Purium. And so thank you for pointing that out. And I had another question for you. I have a friend who, and I'm not, I don't have that many people that I call friend, like when you're kids, you know, but there's a guy I know and I like him, and he works for me, and he spends about $8 a day on Monster drinks, right? And he cracks the first one about 9 o'clock in the morning, and he cracks another one by 1. And to him, spending $9 a day, and now he's like, but I order them online now, and it's only $6 a day instead of $9 a day, right? But the point is, the way that people spend money sometimes really confuses me when they say that they don't have enough money for Purium. So I'm going to leave it at that. And I want to ask you, have you had any changes in your physical self, energetic life, your, you know, just your overall emotional self? Have any of the selves, you know, improved with Purium that you're willing to share with us?
Oh my gosh, everything. Like, I went into this hearing a lot of different people's stories. And so I knew what this had the potential to do for my health and for my like overall lifestyle. And so I actually made a list, a really long list of all the different things that I wanted to maybe, you know, try and improve with this ultimate lifestyle transformation. And I looked at that list halfway through and I realized I was already able to check them all off. You know, the big things that I went into this for was just to really balance my hormones and deal with, you know, my digestive issues. I wasn't sleeping very good. I had very little energy because of the fatigue from the Hashimoto's. I wasn't able to eat a lot of things. I had a lot of like intolerances, and now I can pretty much eat whatever I want. Another big thing was throughout that first 30-day ultimate lifestyle transformation, I lost a total of 15 pounds, which was such a win for me because during that first year of the pandemic and the gyms closing, I actually gained 15 pounds. So I was like, oh my gosh, this put me right back to where I wanted to be when I could start making, and I picked it felt like I picked up where I left off, and I was able to have that energy, get out of bed, work out, and I started, seeing like definition in parts of my body that I've never seen before. And because of my sleep being so much better, I just felt, so energized in the morning, which helped my mood stabilize, my brain fog was lifted, and like my mental health had completely gotten under control. Something I've dealt with my whole life is anxiety and depression, and now it's 100% manageable. We all have downs, but I don't stay down for nearly as long, and I have a lot better, tools to deal with that. And another big thing for me is just being on this call right now. If you would have told me that I was going to be speaking to this many people on a call this time last year or like right before that, I would have just laughed, because I wasn't even putting my face in front of the camera on Instagram. I would always, point my phone down and show my food that I was eating, or, show my dog being cute. I was the voice behind the camera, but this was able to give me confidence and to be able to step in front of the camera, because I just have to share this with people. Like on day 6, I got a hold of Ingrid and I said, what was that opportunity you spoke of where I can share this and, do the business, because I'm feeling incredible. I have to share this with everyone. Like if this can do this for me in this short amount of time, I can only imagine what it can do for other people. So I am just optimistic, positive, like everything has improved. And I'm so, so, so grateful to you and everyone at Purium, because my life has forever changed. And this is a lifestyle now. I am definitely a lifer and so passionate about spreading this and helping people find this as well.
Awesome. So if someone were to like, if I were to ask you if there were, I heard 3 things. I'm going to rephrase this. One, you're totally in alignment with the fact that we're plastic free. And I can't tell you, how much that means to me. This has been my, this has been my mission, right? And I'm also just want to let you know that we've just started, the Plastic Free Packaging Alliance. And if you want to learn more about that, anybody who's listening, that's, a plastic free world, a plasticfreeworld.org. And then before I forget, so I'm really glad that you're in alignment with that. You had a physical transformation that was undeniable, but I want everybody right now to get your emojis ready. And just the fact that this is not only physical development, but personal development as well. It builds confidence, it builds motivation and such, and it builds community. So everybody show our community right now and appreciation for your confidence and for your willingness to share, because they say that if a tree falls in the woods and nobody's there to hear it, does it make a sound? And I always say about my land that whenever anybody says how beautiful my land is, I say, no, it's not until you see it, and we could talk about how great Purium is, but it's not until you take it, until you use it. So, I just want to, thank you. And I can see that you're benefiting from the location freedom and the time freedom that Purium's offered you. So congratulations on that. And we know that you've had a physical transformation, but the beautiful thing about Purium is we never go alone. So could you share 1 or 2 of other people's transformations that you've been able to facilitate by introducing them to this lifestyle?
Yes. Yeah. So the first one, the first person that experienced this after me that I shared this with was my partner. He watched my transformation, right before his eyes. And it took him a little bit, like he didn't jump in until I think in the 2nd month of me having these foods in my life. And it started very slow for him, with like starting with trying the protein, trying the power shake, taking the aminos. And then he went full in on the ULT Plus Performance. And one of his big things is the caffeine addiction was so real. It was like 600 to 900 milligrams of caffeine a day, spread out through the pre-workouts, the energy drinks, the coffee, all of the above. And just with the power shake, the aminos, and the can't beat this, that is his energy source now. The mood stability, and same with him, like the confidence, the energy, the sleep is a big thing. He's getting the best sleep ever, and it's incredible. And we've shared this with some other friends and family, and it's anything from, this is the best digestion I've ever had, I've never felt so normal in that area, or the sleep, the energy, a lot of mental stability, the brain fog, and the mood swings have stopped. And it's just, honestly, it's incredible what this can do. I always get so excited when someone shares with me, because it seems like there's nothing that this can't do in a way. Anything that anyone seems to be going through can somehow be benefited from this in some way or another, because I've learned so much from the trainings and the community that gut health is literally everything. And the fact that this is where you can find the only thing proven to remove glyphosate, which I'm now so passionate about sharing about, is just, it's everything. Like, everyone needs biomedic in their life, like, period. If you're not going to do anything else, I always say at least try the biomedic, because even me, like, I had a celiac diagnosis, and I kind of weighed the pros and the cons of it not being gluten-free, but this is what glyphosate's doing to me. I went in on it, and I haven't seen anything but benefits in that area, and now I can eat gluten. So I think it's not necessarily the gluten that was affecting me, it was the glyphosate. And so taking that out of people's bodies can do countless blessings for us. So I'm just so grateful.
Whoa, I'm breathless. That was beautiful, Shara. Thank you so much. By the way, you have over 200 people witnessing this tonight. So thank you for them, thanking them, you for them. And also for energy, I just want to share a little secret. Do you know that our super xanthan, when taken with the substantial endurance, long energy. And then say you want to drive at night and you're tired and you'd usually get something to wake you up, like a coffee thing, revive it all. Revive it all just immediately, like, just opens your eyes. It feels like somebody just, slapped you or something. So a couple of other energy, options in that way. And so I want to say one more thing. Want to ask you one more thing. How hard is it? Oh no, I shouldn't say that. What is the most effective way that you've learned to tell other people about Purium without sounding like a salesman, without sounding like found God or whatever it might be? How do you share authentically with people without without worrying about what they'll think about you, to be blunt?
Well, I've learned through, the first few months, I was definitely on a learning curve, and I was just so passionate that I was just shouting it from the rooftops, even when people weren't asking. And so I've since learned to just make connections, like genuine friendships with people, and just ask questions and figure out what it is that they're struggling with. What are their pain points? There's always something that can be improved in someone's life. Even if you're the most healthy person on the planet, there's still another level. And so just really, leveling with them, seeing what it is that they're looking for, and presenting them with a solution in the form of sharing stories, whether it be my story, if that seems like that's what will resonate, or someone else in the community's story, because it seems like we've got something, a story that will really help anyone and everyone out there. It's just a matter of connecting them with the right people, and, asking questions, and just being really curious, and just knowing in my heart that all I want to do is to help people. So if they're not ready for it, or if maybe I don't say the right thing that gets them to connect those dots the way I did in the beginning, then to just be patient and hold space, because I've had so many people come back after the consistency of just watching me do what I'm doing and continuing to share, and to be more and more fired up about it as time passes, that they come back and they say, okay, I think I'm ready now. And so it's just about staying curious, being very genuine and just holding that space and speaking from the heart.
Awesome. Well, I want to tell you one thing that I want you to like help me do, because it was something that you are already know, is I'm trying to figure out how to let people know that all of their friends right now are using supplements that are packaged in plastic. You know, every one of their friends is contributing to a problem that they don't need to be contributing to. So as long as, you know, you don't have a product that you think is, and I know it's not even possible, if you're taking a protein powder, you know, if you're taking a green drink, you know, if you're taking a super fruit drink, you know, if you're taking whatever it is that you're taking out there, you know, if it's in plastic, just reach out to the person who introduced you to Purium and say, you know, I want to see what else I could do to go plastic free. I want to see what other products I might be able to use from Purium, and for no other reason that I just can't tolerate adding more plastic into the world. So Samantha, I'm going to leave you with the final word, moments to share anything that you'd like to share with the people who are listening right now, knowing that the people listening, they're not here to build a Purium business. They're here just to learn about the products, just to know whether this is right for them, just to know whether they could trust us with their body, you know, in this, you know, time when so many foods are adulterated. You know, how do we know who to trust?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Like, first thing is just to simply look at the ingredients of what you're consuming now, and to look at the ingredients of what we have to offer. Because for me, that was knowing that it was plastic free, that checked that box for me. Knowing that it's, you know, coming from a pure source that does all of this incredible testing, not only for like the heavy metals and the pesticides and, you know, the herbicides and stuff, but specifically glyphosate. After I learned about that, I am just so passionate about sharing the knowledge that I've gained through these calls and these trainings, that of what it can do to your bodies and what it's doing to so many bodies out there. And to just know that we have food that is guaranteed glyphosate free. We have something that not only is free from it, but it actually pulls it out of your body. And to just get with, like you said, get with the person who invited you to this call, because I guarantee they have someone within their, you know, close community that can really speak to the knowledge of everything, you know, whether it be a nutritionist, a dietitian, doctor. Even we have so many incredible people in this community that are so sold on it simply because of the ingredients and the purity of it. Like, pure and premium, you know, that is Purium, and it really is the perfect name. Just like I think the ultimate lifestyle transformation is the perfect name. It is just completely transformed my life on every single area I can ever imagine, and I have never wanted to look back. These are my non-negotiables, and I've never felt better. I keep seeing daily more and more people starting this and feeling their best, and it's such a blessing to have in your life. So that's what I would say.
Well, as you were saying that, we held 222 people. And I think that's a beautiful thing. Thank you for your share. You know, I'm so inspired, you know, that I'm going to be doing this. And you were our first, you're my product focus. So Samantha, we appreciate you. Your last name, Joy, says it all. I think that if there was something I could do besides end human suffering, it would be increase human joy. So many blessings to you and to everybody on the line tonight. Please remember, you know, that, you know, that there's nothing that could overcome the power of love. So let's practice self-love. And through self-love, we'll be able to have that love, you know, project out to those closest to us and to change their lives the same way that food could change your life, attitude could change your life as well. We hope that we bring both of those at the highest level with Purium. And Samantha is a great example of our community in that way. So thank you for the way you show up for yourself, for your community, and for Purium.
Thank you so much. It's been such an honor.
Good
I'm
night,
so
everybody. No, say it. The mic's open.